Hi there, Geoff Coughlin, Scale Modelling Now. Here's a great release from Revell. It's the 32nd scale Me262 A-1.A-2. So this is a fighter variant to build on their twin-seater, which they released not that long ago now. So it's great to see the single-seat fighter back. And it certainly looks like an impressive kit. And if you want to see a full build of the two-seat, then just check out Chris Evans's build in the Finish Now area, the Revell pages, Finish Now in aircraft, and you will find that superb build that Chris had done. So the plan is to crack on and get this one done too, and I'm really looking forward to doing that, and I think it's just squeezed into the schedule, so I'm really chuffed about that. I'm definitely suffering Luftwaffe aircraft build withdrawal symptoms, so we're going to have to go on and do another one of these. So here's an inbox browse for you. Let's have a look at exactly what's in the box, and you can take a view and see what you think. So let's just go on a little tour of these sprues. Well, in case you haven't seen the kit already, you've got beautifully recessed panel lines. They really are very, very fine, which is great. That's going to look good for the scale, which is impressive. We're going to be trying a really interesting technique out on the build, and would you believe it's going to involve applying the mottling just using pastels. You can check out what you think, but I think you're going to be surprised, as I will be, just how effective that can be. And if you want a steer on that, check out the Techniques Bank, where you'll find an entry already for that. Okay, so more of that later. Yeah, so let's have a look here. What have we got? Lovely rockets, neat little rockets. The wooden rails that sit underneath the wings, which is good. You've got the sort of apertures here for the cockpit, this time for the single seater. Just moving into the engine nacelles. I really hope these are a better fit than the trumpeter ones, which were an absolute nightmare. I found lots of filler all over that kit, and I'm really hopeful from seeing Chris's build of the two-seat variant that that's not going to be the case this time, which is great. Really a clever breakdown, it seems, to enable lots of detail to go in, but separate control surfaces. You've got this separate under fuselage section, wing spar with the lightning holes, which is great. Lovely little instrument panel. I'm sure there'll be some decal dials to go on there. We'll have a look at those when we get to the decal sheet. Separate leading edge slats here. As I said, rudder to be separate, which you can offset too. Really impressive stuff. I love all of that. In fact, that's going to add interest to the model. Moving along here to, you've got the gun bay area. The gun bay is really impressive. You've got separate options there. You can either have the big twin clamshell doors open, or you can have them shut. It's entirely up to you. Personally, I'll probably go for the shut look because I opened them on the trumpeter build and it's fine, but it doesn't half spoil the lines of the aircraft. So this time I think it's going to be a really nice clean line build for this particular model. And then we can look at putting some effort into the scheme, which we'll get to again when we get to the build. Lovely detail here in the, I'm sure this is the firewall at the back of the gun bay in the nose. Some nice details going on there. Here I think we move across to those lovely little lightning holes you can see here in the engine nacelles for the Jumo engines, which is really nice to see those there. Decently detailed legs. One thing I am noticing is that these seem really clean, these parts, which is really good. They should be clean, it's a new tool kit, but every now and again you do notice there's a bit of a strange anomaly that crops up there. Lovely detail here inside the gun bay. Option there for what looks like closed doors, but I suspect you probably just split these and then apply them open or shut depending on what you choose. Options here for, we've got bombs, a couple of different sized bombs you can have on the twin hard points just underneath the nose. Coming up here, you've got the guns, the MGs themselves, some lovely detailed tyres. Love the seats, nice little detailed cushion. As again, look at those beautiful hubs there, fabulous. Love the fact you get the option for the twin tanks. I love the twin tanks that sit underneath the nose rather than the bombs personally. That's just me. And then you've got the Jumo engines that really nicely detailed those. So if you want to open up the cowls, you can display those, which is great. So look, all in all, this has got a look to be an impressive bit of kit, doesn't it? Really excited about the build. I just think, 30-second scale, 262, what is not to like if you're into anything remotely Luftwaffe? I'm sure you're going to love that. What else can we pick up on? Let's come across and have a look at the decal sheet. Here we go. So I've got a nice little decal sheet there. That seems to be well printed. Looks good. Lots of stencils on that. So you're going to need a good glossy finish for those. Nice to see what appear to be some good little internal stenciling here. That's nice. You've got some decent decals for the dials. Those should fit fine over the bezels that are moulded on the kit parts, so I'm sure they will be fine. Never too sure about decals for fuselage striping. I just think it's great to just mask it out and spray it yellow, which would be good. But some perfectly good markings there. We'll have a look at the schemes in a bit. Clear parts. This time you get obviously the single canopy with the I think just open. I can't remember whether the rear section opens or not. No reason why it should open particularly, but hey ho, that's there for you. Got the gun sight, but all those clear parts look really beautifully moulded, nice and clear. Let's go and check out the instruction sheet. I'll just bring you over here, and we'll come in and have a look at that now. Classic in the Revell style. Got the Revell mixes at the front, should you want to use their paints. If you don't, then find your own alternatives. All the usual parts at the front end there, as you'd expect. I do like the assembly. The assembly looks really good. I've had a good look at this instruction sheet already, and it just looks as though this should be a pretty straightforward build. I certainly hope so. And then, of course, you've got these options. You've got options to add the MGs in the nose, have the clamshell doors open, as I said, or not, as you wish. Can save a lot of time, of course, if you don't add that detail. But if you haven't done one of these or a similar aircraft, it would be a shame not to open those up. Lots of internals, as we can see here. You can see, notice here, this is a bit unusual, that this is usually supplied, the lower wing section, as a one-piece affair, but it's not here, it's split. So hopefully these little tabs will join up quite nicely. No reason to think they won't, which is fine. Plenty of detail inside the main gear bay there. I like the fact you've got an option here for the drop flaps. Personally, I think the 262 looks nice if you just crack those down a little bit, and you've got various ailerons and elevators that you can, and leading edge slats that you can adjust accordingly. Little hints and tips here, just making sure that you know to remove the little tabs, locating tabs if you're going to apply the slats closed. Jumo engines at the bottom here, as I said, well, they're perfectly reasonable for what you get in the kit. I'm sure there's more wiring and bits and bobs you can add if you wanted to, if you want to have them on display. I won't. I just, for me, it's not about showing every single open panel on this build, at least. Definitely not. But you might have a different view. Really interesting to see the approach that Revell have taken to the attachment of the engines and the nacelles. And as I said, they look like they're going to be a much better fit and option than Trumpeter chose when they did theirs, which was hateful. What else have we got? Yeah, and of course you've got all the wheels here. Love those. You can get some really nice decals for the stenciling for the wheels as well, which is what I like. Plenty of room in the nose section and the area forward of the cockpit to prevent this tail sitting. That's if you don't open the gun bays. You will struggle a little bit if you do when I open the gun bays, because you just need to find plenty of space to add lots and lots of weight to the front of this aircraft. It will tail sit. It's one of the biggest tail sitters out there as a design, so you do need to watch that. I'm just looking, and it might be that I've just missed it. I haven't spotted a suggestion for nose weight. Just have a quick look. I'm sure they do mention it. Revell are normally really good in that regard. They might not be mentioning it because they might be thinking, well, there's nowhere really to put it. Okay, I can't actually see it. I can't see it at first glance. And my apologies if I've missed that. But nonetheless, when you do your own build, just double check that. The bottom line is you're going to need to find some space to stick some good weight in the nose. So little things here like the little nose cone and that kind of thing are well worth bearing in mind, getting some little extra weight in there, which is as far forward as you can get. It's brilliant. So here we go, the rocket packs, really nice little touch that, I'll probably add those. It's quite nice to see the wooden contrast for the racks and the rockets. And then we're moving into the different schemes. So there we go, 262 A-1A, at Leckfield 44. Quite nice this one because you've got different unpainted, a mix of unpainted, painted cowls on the one side, on the left side, which is quite interesting. Other options quite nice, and they're all quite well-known aircraft, these. You've got this one again at Leckfield 44, some really nice mottling going on there as an option. And the odd front cowl being in aluminium, sort of natural metal on this one. And then you've got a slightly more challenging scheme here for the Edelweiss 262 A-2A. In fact, I'm pretty sure this is the one that I did in 48 scale from the Tamir kit. So again, I'll be looking for a different option to that. So there we go. Not bad, is it? Lovely little package, actually. Really, really do like that. And do you know, I've just spotted that you've got the aerial array here for the two-seater. Those sprues are obviously common. The clear sprues aren't, but the radar array is there. I'm actually quite pleased with that because I lost some of the front of my 262 two-seater that I did from Trumpeter, so I shall borrow those and reinstate those on the original aircraft for that. Okay, so I'll stop now, but I'd have to say I think this is a really nice package from Revell, really to be congratulated. Great job, I think, and an exciting aircraft if ever there was one. Another 262, this time it's the A1, A2 version in 32nd scale from Revell.